Shut up and sit down.
Welcome back to Nerd Safari. I am Ellie and I have the superhuman ability of making the tiniest bits of trivia interesting. Yes, I actually do. Today I'm going to be sharing lots of wonderful things about 1999 movie Mystery Men.
We're not your classic heroes. We're the other guys.
Mystery Men.
Now, why do we love this movie still? Now, it's not a world we can easily remember now, but back in 1999, there just wasn't as much of a passionate interest in superhero movies. We'd grown up with Christopher Reeves as Superman, who was a very worthy, bulletproof hero. He was kind of challenging to relate to. We'd also had Tim Burton's iconic vision of Batman, incredibly stylish, starring a very charismatic Michael Keaton. However, we were still recovering in 1999 from Batman and Robin, which had just come out 2 years previously and was possibly unfairly seen by many as just a soulless merchandising machine. But then came Mystery Men, starring flawed but determined heroes. Mostly no real supernatural abilities, just some pretty cool skills and useful medical conditions.
I'm invisible! Can you see me?
Yes.
Wow.
Maybe you should put some shorts on or something if you want to keep fighting evil today.
And it was set in this glorious, gritty, neon graphic novel cityscape. And they were battling cartoonish but genuinely sinister villains, plus toxic masculinity and Eddie Izzard.
Well, we've always been each other's greatest nemesises. Nemesis.
It was a breath of fresh air, and if it was a parody of comics and superheroes, which of course it was one in which we felt included in the joke. It was not a joke at our expense.
Don't mess with the volcano, my man, because I will go Pompeii on your butt.
Oh, golly.
And may I remind you, while talking about icons, this movie is what gave us All Star by Smash Mouth, not Shrek. You don't believe me, but check out the music video to All Star. Do you see Shrek? No. You see superhero tryouts.
Am I too late to try out?
Sorry.
You're in.
Now let's talk trivia. Quite a few odd moments were unexpectedly caught on film for this movie and then made the most of. Tom Waits' odd hand gestures while he's explaining the psychofraculator were actually the result of Tom Waits struggling to memorize his lines, meaning he had to write the dialogue on his fingers and read the words as he went along. Director Kinka Usher quite liked this as an odd affectation. The character was a pretty eccentric inventor guy. The odd finger movements kind of just matched his character.
What do you say we go back to your place and talk?
My roommate's there.
Bonus.
You're a rascal.
Now, if you remember the Bowler's stream of consciousness monologue in support of independent filmmaking at the end of the film, which didn't seem to make any sense, was in character, but where did that come from? It wasn't intended to be included. Janine Garofalo was asked by director Kinka Usher to say whatever came to her mind. The director just wanted to use up some excess film. Janine Garofalo really loves to talk about the things that she's passionate about. And director Usher loved her performance so much, it fit with her obsessive and well-focused character, so he edited it into the final print. I think that's kind of cool.
And people that support local music and seek out independent film.
Now, according to the DVD commentary, the scene where the Spleen accidentally ignites a fart while standing by a flaming barrel was a happy accident. It could have gone much worse.
I'm a superhero too.
What's his power?
Excuse me.
Apparently, someone in the crew tossed a plastic lighter in the barrel and it just happened to explode while they were filming Paul Rubens. This meant that the reactions that followed were created afterwards to capitalize on that lucky catch. Now, if you remember that incredibly traumatic scene with Captain Amazing, Janine Garofalo wasn't told that Captain Amazing's charred hand would break off when she touched it, and it genuinely freaked her out. So that reaction was completely genuine.
I'm gonna check his pulse.
I'd be terrified too. I was just watching and it was scary.
I don't think he's gonna pull through.
Now how about some Easter eggs and cameos? As Roy is walking Monica home, if you keep an eye on the background, you can see a sign that reads Flaming Carrots. Pretty bizarre, however, this is a reference to the title character of the Dark Horse comic book series that spawned this movie. When Monica asks Mr. Furious for his name, he calls himself Phoenix Dark. That was a reference, of course, to the classic X-Men story, Dark Phoenix Saga. Now, cameos. Action movie director Michael Bay is one of the frat boys, probably the most well-known character from this movie. He's the one who asks, "Can we bring the brewskis?" Always. Director Kinka Usher cameos as Mo, the guy with the crazy sideburns in the diner. Now, technically not a cameo, but I cannot let you go away without letting you know that professional stretchy man and lovely human Doug Jones is Pencilhead, so keep an eye during the superhero tryout scene. Now, what about the movie we almost got? The final movie that we see is pretty much how it was always intended to be. It was just scripted, they followed it pretty closely. However, at one point, Danny Devito was set to direct as well as star as the Shoveler. Now, as I alluded to before, if this movie stuck closer to the source material, a Dark Horse comic book, we may have ended up with a movie where instead of Captain Amazing, we had the Flaming Carrot. Sometimes the movie really does make more sensible choices than the book, I guess.
Captain Amazing is in danger.
Kaboom.
So there you have it. No, it's not genius. Yes, there are some very yikes choices that remind us how problematic the 90s were.
Flip the switch, lady. Don't stare at me. Lift your left arm. Flip it, you moron! Whoa. You're a moron! You're a moron! Flip the switch, flip it!
But in general, Mystery Men remains a really fun movie with some really incredible people giving amazing performances. It is well worth rewatching.
They've been waiting for this moment
The city's in peril, Lucille.
all of their lives.
Butch needs his vest back.
Well, it's my vest, too. I bought it for him.
But now that their time has come, they're going to need all the help they can get.
Thank you again from Nerd Safari. Check out our other fun videos. We've covered some really cool movies. And as always, tip your delivery folk. They are the real heroes and they are risking so much for all of us.
Shut up and sit down.